Greetings, Aries rising, and of course all of you Aries moon people out there. This is your weekly astrological and card horoscope for the week starting February 24th, 2020. And just a quick reminder for everybody out there, should you ever wish to get a session with me, you just need to go on ahead to my website, it's integrativemysticism.com, or of course you may also just simply follow the links below. So what is going on as it relates to your astrology over the course of this coming week? Well, on Tuesday we actually have Mercury, currently retrograde, conjunct the Sun, in your 12th house of your past, your privacy, and your hidden zone. Now, Mercury retrograde is working on revealing secrets when he is in the retrograde position in the 12th house. But with the Sun involved, we're taking a little bit of the edge off. However, a great deal of Tuesday, and even going into Wednesday, the week it goes through an interesting turn as a bit of revisionist history is mended for you as it relates to possibly something going into your deep past, or maybe just past circumstances that didn't seem to quite feel right. Everyone is revealing their secrets at this time, and nothing that people were trying to keep secret is going to remain in the shadows. But do not be stressed about what comes out, because with the Sun there's also a focus on not only people coming clean, but also the energy cleaning the slate for all involved. So it's going to be a very interesting week as far as the beginning half is concerned. A lot of reformation, a lot of reclamation, a lot of fixing of revisionist history, but again, do not be afraid, because there is an interest in cleaning the slate. No more illusions, even things that were maintained for peace. As we get into Friday, we've got Venus, the planet of love, affection, harmony, as well as attraction and magnetism, in your sign, in your first house, forming a square to Pluto, which is currently in your 10th house of career. Now, when Venus and Pluto get into a square, there can be something positive that almost gets taken a bit too far. It's something that comes out in a way that's overzealous, maybe a little bit too generous, or even creating a conflict of interest. This could come in the form of a gift, or maybe some kind of opportunity being done for you or given to you, handed off to you, maybe even as it relates to your job, your workspace, a boss, or maybe even money coming through a certain income avenue. Venus is attracting this gift to you, but it feels as though your cup runneth over this week, because with Venus square to Pluto, it's almost getting into a territory where it feels a little uncomfortable in the way that it is delivered and handed off, or perhaps what the motivations are in giving it to you. Remember, squares have cures. They don't have to be sentences of any kind, and you can absolutely still enjoy what is coming your way. But I probably would make sure that the boundaries of this situation are crystal clear, understood, and respected by all parties involved. So, before we move on to the cards, I want to remind everybody that if you are a member of my Patreon, your monthly that's Rambo climbing his cat tower, your monthly astrology horoscopes for March will be up by the 23rd, that's Sunday. And if you are interested in learning more about what the whole idea of soulmates, twin flames, and soul family are really all about, then you do need to go down to the links below or go to my main channel page and you can find that video. Now, let's find out what's going on when it comes to your cards this week. And remember, if you hear any kind of weird noises, there's cleaning going on upstairs. The upstairs person's moving out, so there's a bit of a moving around and cleaning going on. So, for your spiritual themes this week, we actually have the Six of Wands upright. And the Six of Wands upright is all about victory, breakthroughs, and this is a very strong week for you. We're kind of plowing ahead when it comes to getting a lot of attention, recognition, a lot of breakthroughs as it relates to both our social and professional reputation, and possibly some very serious wins as it relates to you getting your big break. With the Six of Wands upright, you will be in the spotlight most of the week. Your phone might be ringing off the hook, and a lot of things that are coming in for you are asking you to sort of step up, jump into the fray, get involved. The Six of Wands upright is indicating that you're going to have a great deal of influence over things that are even offered to you and put on the table towards you. So it's important to understand that you can customize your experience, whatever people are offering you this week, and that you don't have to take things as they are. Going back to that Venus square Pluto, for instance, something positive that may have some problematic elements to it can be remedied. The good news is with the Six of Wands upright, at the end of the day, the final say, whether it's yay or veto, is all on you this week. As we get into the influx, what's coming into your life, what's affecting all areas of your life, we do have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. And this is going to be a week where a lot of you are moving around your, I guess you could say, your team, in a sense where we are trying to better utilize everyone's personal expertise, and we are starting to see the truth about where people's strengths and weaknesses are, and where there may have been maybe a mishandling of certain roles, certain tasks, or certain priorities for whatever reason, right? When we talk about the Three of Pentacles reversed, it's like we have the right people in the space, but they're doing the wrong job, or we've got the wrong people for the job. In a lot of cases, the Three of Pentacles reverse can show up where people are kind of fitted for certain roles or certain things based on, attributes or ideas or concepts that have no relevance to the idea of expertise. Nobody is guaranteed to be an expert in something just because they're good at memorizing a bunch of keywords and terms. Nobody's guaranteed to be good at something just because maybe historically that was a position that their degree or maybe their social connections or maybe even whatever had been, statistically shown for in the past. And I feel like with the Three of Pentacles reversed, you're kind of going through that this week. A lot of role shifts, a lot of role reversals going on, but it is in the highest interest of all concerned. The outflux, what's going away, we actually have the Page of Pentacles upright. And the Page of Pentacles upright going away is indicating that which we took for granted to be sort of secure or permanent or something that could take care of itself is not going to be so this week. This is a week where we have a lot of revision work going on. If you haven't noticed, revision is kind of the theme of your week. And with the Page of Pentacles, this could be something as simple as updating and upgrading things that maybe we've been trying to live or work past their actual relevant lifespan. I'm actually feeling with the Page of Pentacles upright as well, there is going to be a need for some reinvention in your life, especially as it relates to maybe, again, how we carry on even performing our own roles, whatever those are, professional, personal, our role as a parent, our role as a partner, our role as a friend in a certain group, because we don't want to go into this week, or nay, even into a new year, or hell, even a new day, doing always the same thing. And we're kind of seeing this week, it's almost like a lot of you Aries people are getting your own new operating system or something. It's a very interesting, but again, ultimately, it's a power-up nonetheless. Let's not forget that Six of Wands upright. All of these shifts are coming to make room for a better new. Sometimes we can't update the old anymore. As we get to the bottom row, your mundane reality, the external and all of that kind of stuff, for your material concerns, we actually have the Knight of Swords upright. And yes, there is somebody going to bat for you. There is somebody going out of their way to kind of move mountains and knock down walls and barriers, because with the Knight of Swords upright, I'm definitely seeing that very true. Somebody has got your back. Somebody is maybe securing something for you. With that Venus square Pluto, I'm wondering if they might be just a little bit hard-hitting. Maybe you have a friend or a boss or a collaborator trying to hook you up, but they're not necessarily just doing you the favor of being a good character witness. They may be holding the other, figuratively speaking, at gunpoint. So make sure the overzealousness kind of, it's like, thank you, I appreciate that, but this is too much. The Knight of Swords upright, ultimately, though, is showing up where a person is kind of saving the day. They're coming in as more than just a sidekick. They're coming in as more of a guardian angel. Financially, this is going to bring a breakthrough for you, because this person could be securing some kind of major win that we again saw with the Six of Wands upright. And whatever they are offering to do with and for you, just make sure that you are supervising, but not getting in your own way. When it comes to the external, what might be going, on in your social life, your friends and family, we have the Hierophant card in reverse. And I am seeing with the Hierophant card reversed, yeah, there's something going on with maybe the way a group functions, or maybe the rules of a group, or the rules of a social connection or a clique that you're in, or the boundaries, or even the way we identify with this is going through a major alteration. I feel like this reversal is coming through on the higher polarity, so this is actually going to be in the best interest for everyone who's a part of this group or a part of this family. This could be the dissolving of maybe a sacred dogma, some kind of pressure or code that everyone has sort of agreed to abide by or capitulate to. But the Hierophant card reversed is saying no more. This can also be really good news for those of you that have been dealing with a circumstance with a friend or a family member or a contact who's maybe ideological purity, however they're defined as a purist in your unique situation, has been maybe presenting a roadblock for you or a roadblock for them or for all concerned, will be getting off that high horse. They will be opening up their mind. They're going to be focusing a bit more on progress as opposed to trying to just stick to their guns. And that will actually be very good for, I think, a lot of people, because of the Hierophant card reverse, some rules are meant to just they come in as a stabilizing force, but they're not meant to be a maintaining force, and that's a big gift to you this week. For relationships, when it comes to love and romance, you have the Strength card in reverse, and this week could be a little topsy-turvy as we get into the topic of romance, because the Strength card in reverse can indicate a lack of control of what is going on between instinct, emotions, the mind, and of course connections in general. It doesn't mean it necessarily has to be a bad week, but people might be a little bit more easy to maybe set off, whether for positive or for negative. Sometimes the Strength card reverse can indicate people may be getting a little bit overly enthusiastic, overly indulgent. For those of you who are, available, new people this week might seem like they are almost overeager to work with you romantically or court you or date you, and it almost seems like they're too emotionally available for it to be natural. And then the next, it's going to feel like they've got their head on straight, so they're calling their energy back, and it might send out some mixed signals. The real important thing to remember is that you have to come back and be the observer here. Don't take everything personally. People who are that super available to just dive right in, right out the gate, are bringing those emotions to the table. They're not even personal to you. Somebody who falls in love with you on date number 2 is not in love with you. They're carrying all of these feelings like the girl in Mean Girls, and they've never processed them. Now, I think that doesn't mean that makes them a bad person, but it does mean that they need to maybe work on processing some things so we can get the Strength card upright for you now. But for those of you who are currently coupled, the Strength card reverse can still indicate some emotional topsy-turviness, and I think that this could relate to maybe an issue going on where something that is not necessarily decaying, but something that is destabilizing to the couple or the partnership is going to be coming up. And again, I feel like this is coming from leftover emotions. This is coming from out of nowhere. It's disproportionate to the real circumstance. Now, the way to save this, once again, is to step outside the situation and look at the bigger picture. It's like when I'm doing readings for people. If somebody's coming at me with a really intense situation, I can't just jump down and react with them. I need to be able to step back and look at the bigger picture. You're going to have to be able to do that this week, because the way to get the Strength card upright, so we're honoring our emotions in the experience but not losing our control of them, is about understanding where everything belongs in proportion. And this could be something that is also triggered by the external. So this week it might be worth a bit of investigating. It could be something that is setting off a partner as it relates to maybe their family, their friends, something that's kind of really destabilizing, but it can be mended. The Strength card reverse can always be turned upright. So that's your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And should you ever wish to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's called integrativemysticism.com.